Par on the first hole on this par 5 back behind me. Got a little bit of a late start. Didn't get a chance to warm up. It's 41 degrees. Opened a tee shot with the TaylorMade Sim 2 Max driver. 255 yards in the fairway in the wintertime. I'm gonna take that. That's pretty good. Let's get into this video. Hey everybody, welcome back to Golf Test Dummy, the channel where I use my game to help your game. We're gonna do a little bit of what's in the bag. And one thing we're gonna look at today, latest addition to the bag. As you know, I've been playing the Cobra 1-length irons, the rad speed 1-length. Been about 6 weeks since I've played golf last. I've got the 1-length Cobra rad speed hybrids, 4 hybrid and 5 hybrid. I've tried these out in the sim. This is the first time I'm playing them on course. What I've seen in the sim is that these come out really low and they do not carry and have the distance that I'm looking for out of them. But I'm thinking that maybe the sim is just not reading them right and I'll actually get some results. I'm on a par 3 right now. Should be a perfect distance for this 5 hybrid. Well, and that's kind of what I was afraid of. It wasn't too bad. It might have been a little bit low on the face, but it wasn't that low. And what I've seen in the sim, they're getting an apex of maybe 45 to 50 feet in the air, which is not good for a hybrid. A hybrid's whole purpose is to help get the ball up in the air, to have more carry and to land softer for those longer distances, and also help people who don't have the higher swing speeds. That ball came out, I don't think that got more than 30 to 35 feet off of the ground maybe. Most of how it got here was roll. Well, not most of it, but a lot of it was roll. You want a hybrid to come out high and long and then kind of sit for you. I'll turn around and show you the shot. So I ended up near the green, so it's not a bad result. It's okay, it came out all right. But the entire purpose of the 1-length system is to help out the upper end of your bag, namely around the hybrids and long iron area. If the hybrids and the long irons are not really working the way they should, is the 1-length system even worth it? I'm on this par 4. It is a short par 4, but there's a creek kind of out here, so you can't hit driver. I have to hit hybrid. I usually hit a 4 or a 5 hybrid off this tee, so I'm gonna go with 4 hybrid today. This is a fairly short club, and another experiment, it's got a Jumbo Max ultralight medium, which is pretty fat. I think it's more than what I want in a grip, but I'm gonna try it before I go change it out. Anyway, on this hole, 4 or 5 hybrid is perfect. I can get out there about 190, 195, lay up short of that creek, leave myself a little flick wedge in, and it's no problem. But I need a little bit of height. It's kind of wet out here today. I can't count on a bunch of roll. I need this club to get up in the air a little bit, have a little bit better apex than what I've seen from it so far. And I need it to have that distance. If I end up being the same distance with this 4 and 5 hybrid as I would with, say, a 6 or a 7 iron, it's absolutely serving zero purpose, and it's leaving a huge gap at the top end of my bag. Let's see how this goes. All right, so definitely not my best swing, but it wasn't awful contact. It was okay. I don't really know how much I care for this grip. It's too big. I'm not in the best lie. It went a distance of 170 yards total. That's not that great. That's pretty short. Now again, it wasn't the best contact in the world. It did come out super low though. I'm willing to bet about 40 yards of this was probably roll. I'm back into the wind here. It's cold. Gonna hit a pitch and wedge that is the same length as that 4 hybrid. Hopefully I find a green. I've got 2 pars so far on the card. I'd love a birdie. Coming off the green after a tidy little par. Man, I hit that wedge back there from the fairway so well. I really do love these irons in and of themselves. You know, everybody was talking about in the videos and all the forums and everything that I would read about how when you pick up the 1-length clubs, you got this really strange feeling from holding a wedge that was the length of a 7-iron. You know, it's like, oh man, this is so weird. Really didn't have that experience. I put them in my hand, I set up to it, and it just was what it was. I really didn't have those kind of issues of adjusting. They just fell right into place, and within a few days or even a week of practicing, I just kind of found my rhythm with them. I really like them. They are solid clubs. They are well built. They are forgiving. And I struck that wedge really well back there. Ended up kind of hitting the collar of the green, and then ended up in a sprinkler head. So I had to drop out of there, and then I was on top of a bunker. I didn't really get a good read on the putt, so it wasn't my best run at birdie. But anyway, that's 3 pars in a row. This course, the tees that I play, the conditions that I'm in, the cold this time of year, I need my hybrids. I need my 4 and 5 hybrid. I'm going to use them quite a few times on this course. There's some long par 4s, there's par 5s I'm trying to reach. I'm going to need those hybrids. If these are not performing well, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater, or do you try and find a way to make the 1-lengths work without those hybrids? Let me hit this tee shot. It is a solid breeze out here today, man, and it is icy cold wind. Hit that drive right where I wanted it. It's dead in the middle. It's probably not going to be that long though, because I'm into the teeth of this wind. I'm going to need a hybrid to even get close to this green, I think. I'm on hole 6. It's a par 3. Hit a nice shot in here. I'm on the green. Gonna show you what I got behind me here for a putt. This is for birdie. Pin high, maybe 1 or 2 yards past. I need to make this birdie, but it looks like it is probably 22, 23 feet. Hit another hybrid back there. Again, kind of a low shot. Just did not get much air underneath it. They're almost like stingers. It's just, I was hoping that the sim was wrong. And then I asked myself, you know, is it me? Am I doing something incorrect with these hybrids? Is it a technique thing? Is it some kind of a mental error? But you get back to the heart of why 1-length exists. It's so that you can set up ball position, club length, everything, and hit everything just like you would a 7-iron. I just hit this 8-iron in here on the green. It's great. Had a wedge approach coming into that last hole, just fine. I can hit 7-iron, I can hit 6-iron. The hybrids, they're just, again, I asked the question. The top end of the bag is supposed to be what you're helping. So it should be easier and better with these 4 and 5 hybrids, right? Let's see if I can make this birdie. So close, but you know, you shouldn't expect to make 22, 23 footers. The fact that I gave it a decent little run and put it close to within, 2 inches going in the cup, it's good. It's good. It's a victory. It's what you're supposed to do. We're happy. We're happy. You didn't see it because I didn't film it, but I hit a solid driver off of this par 4 tee back there, but I left it way right. I was over behind these trees, had about 120 yards. Those are tall trees. I don't know if you could tell or not, but those are, I thought I'll chip up, I'll try and save par. And then I was like, nah, you know what? I got this. Let me pull out a gap wedge and hit a high draw towering over these trees. And here I am, sitting on the green, just laughing, just loving it. And I was like, damn, I didn't record that. So this is probably about the same length putt I had on the last hole, only this one's a little bit uphill. Man, I'd love for one of these to drop. Well, that might have been me. You hear those frogs? 4 hybrid. How are frogs at? It's 45 degrees. Again, it's wet out here. I'm into the teeth of the wind. So I don't expect this ball to have gone more than, let's say, 150, 160 yards, honestly. Just didn't have enough air to get up. I mean, a hybrid for me should not be going 150 yards, 160 yards. That's not right. I had to play through a guy back there behind me, so the last hole did not go as planned. But then I came to this par 3 and I didn't have time to set up the camera, and this par 3 is about 183 to the middle. I don't know if you can see it behind me or not, but my ball's in the bunker and I'm kind of pin high. So that's like the second or third hybrid that I've hit that kind of has ended up sort of in the general distance and the area that I needed to be in. However, none of the shots that I've hit with these hybrids today have been what I would classify as good shots. None of them even compare to the Ping G410 hybrids that are standard lengths that I have. None of them even come close. While those may be kind of a failed experiment at this point, I did find a naked lady T on the last hole, and she's a little worse for wear, but she's hanging in there. So am I. I'm pretty disappointed. So then you have to ask yourself the question, okay, if I end my set of irons at 6 iron, and then the next club in my bag is a full-size driver, what do you get to fill the gaps, the obvious huge gaps between your 6 iron and your driver? Now, I do have a 5 iron. I could put the 5 iron in play, so that would help a little bit. But the reason that I took the 5 out was because it didn't really have much difference between that and the 6. Do I go to fairway woods? Do I just go back to normal length hybrids in a progressive hybrid set, that and some woods? For me personally, when I get into that part of the bag, the system just breaks down. It doesn't work. And if the whole point of using one length is to help out the top end of your bag, and the concession that you make, the compromise that you make as well, you know, I'll just have longer short irons, like 9 iron, pitching wedge, gap wedge, sand wedge. I'll just make, you know, even though those are going to be 7 length, I'll just deal with those. I'll put up with those in order to get the help on the upper end of my bag. If the upper end of your bag is not helped, why are you even making compromises with the wedges? For me, so far, I love the irons. The hybrids are a no-go.